Hello and welcome back to the second episode of this series on City Skylines. In the last episode, we looked at the network of our city and began to build upon that with a second neighbourhood in conjunction with our first neighbourhood. So without further delay, let's have a look at it. I must add actually that after I finished recording in the last episode, um, I saved the game as you'd expect, and I had to pick a city name and completely forgot about that. So just because it's easy, we'll go with London. To those of you who are Cockney and live down south of the country, of Great Britain, UK, London, Landon, very similar. It's not going to be a copy of London though. So let's begin. So this is our city, or the beginning of our city anyway. We've got a couple of neighbourhoods that are starting here, our big motorway coming through, and also our small industrial section just here. We're going to just have a look at this neighbourhood here and see where we can improve things and what we can do. Now, I'm looking a little bit below towards our demand area here, and industrial does need quite a high demand, so let's have a look at this. We can actually improve on this anyway. I'm going to try and bring this down, but also bring some across here. So let's begin. Bring that down. And if we bring that across, we're going to add a little bit more industry there. This neighbourhood bit here will probably end up getting rid of anyway, this industry, when we do eventually grow, because I'm not happy with industry being so close to that. So, we'll just fill that in there. Just make sure there's enough water. Water's fine. Power is fine. Brilliant. So, let's have a look, and I think we should start naming these little areas, these districts. This is just reminded me, almost by chance. So with this, you just select the district that you want, and it's almost like a paint by colours thing. You just paint where you want your district to be. So we'll have this here. And what I want to do is, because some of the later things that we'll get access to will bring it a bit further out here, we'll just put that space there so we're not having to go back to it. Now that's Sunnyside Square, and this one is a new one, so we'll bring that down. Same with this one. What we'll do is we'll put that bit further up. Just like that. And that's Highland District. I'm not going to do the industry just yet because it's only small, it's only temporary, so I don't want to put something there and then have to go back and delete the districts because it just seems like a massive waste of time. What I do want to do is place another district here, I think. Let me just double check a couple of things first though. So, water is looking fine. Now that's a problem, electricity. We're consuming too much electricity for what we're producing, hence why these are appearing here. Now, what's our budget like at the moment for it? It's only low anyway, so that's fine. We'll bring that up to 100%. That should resolve that, but we do need to have in the back of our minds that at some point we are going to buy another power station. Now, we've noticed these little things coming up here about the crime rate. So, I'm going to put in a police station, which is what I should have done really first of all. You see why this is quite useful now, so you put all your little features here. And just like that, we've increased the law enforcement rate. The crime rate's gone down. And we will just put another fire station here as well. I'll put our fire station there. And that's also done a very good thing as well. All them, see how these are just improving now. And what you'll find is that the buildings will start to level up because they've got good services. So, we also want a school, which we've got. Okay. Medical centre, which we've got. So, we're doing okay at the moment. Now, they're not covered by fire. I'm tempted to put one in, and I think I will do, but I'll put it here, just so that it's out of the way, and it's easy to demolish should we need to. Okay. So what we can now look to do is improve upon this, and we're going to start seeing more and more vehicles coming through. So it's a good point, I think, to look to improve the facilities of the roads. So I'm going to bring the roads a bit further ahead, and then we can look to increase the number of neighbourhoods that we have. So we'll start with this one first. I actually do need to delete that, so that's gone. And we also need to do the same thing here. So, okay, I can't do that just yet. The main reason for this is because of this network here. This is where the problem is. So, it's not a massive issue. What we'll do is leave it for the time being. We'll build another one up here, and then we'll work this bit out later on. That'll do. So we need this up here, and so we can actually just do a couple of these. So that's that one. Yeah, so 2, 3, 4. We put that there, and then I don't want it there anyway, because what I want to do is one, two, three, four. We're a tiny town now, so we've got access to some other things. Parks, pavements, some canals, some new buildings. We will look at high school buildings, and we'll also put some playgrounds and stuff around as well. Okay, so we've built a little thing there, and we can now put these across. There we go. So let's put that in place. And we want 4 across, 4 up. Bit of commercial on that side. We also put a bit more housing on that side. So again, another 4 of that. So where was that? So we've got that. We can't afford a high school just yet, so we'll look at putting that in, but just not yet. Let's put some parks in. You see how these are currently red, orange? That's mainly because there's no facilities. So we need to put some facilities in to make it a nice area to live in. The only real way of doing this, I think, is by knocking a few houses, which isn't ideal, but we need to do it. So let's do that one there. Benefits all of that neighbourhood. See how that changes. And then we'll put that there, which benefits that neighbourhood. It starts to look a little bit nicer now. So that needs water. Oh, I had forgotten about that. So let's put the water in. And power as well, which has already got them there, so that's not a problem. And what we'll also do is, what's our scores looking like? It's just on the cusp here, you see, of needing another school. So, to me, that suggests that we need an elementary school per 2 neighbourhoods or thereabouts. So we came for that. Once we have some more money, we will anyway. Crime rate's at 8%, sorry, so that's looking fine. And the jail's availability is looking, or 18, and the capacity is 20, so that's okay. We can cope with that anyway. So we need some more money. We're not doing too bad actually. Our budget is looking quite a big surplus, nearly 2,000, so that's good. And our road layout's looking pretty fine. We knew this was going to be a bit of an issue. This will also be a pinch point. It's one of those things, in any city you're going to have pinch points, you're going to have bottlenecks. We can try to make it more efficient a bit later on, but at this moment in time it's not that big of an issue. It's not bright red, so I'm not concerned. Now we're seeing that there's quite a bit of demand for industry, so let's improve upon what we've got here and bring some more industry out. I think I'm going to be able to do it that way. So let's bring a big load of industry just out there. And what we can do is bring it a bit further down like that. so that's looking good, and we can put these industry bits here. Let's make sure we've got the water in place. Power should be fine once we start going. So 2, 3, 4. They should start building soon because demand's quite high. That's just telling me about the canals, which we're not going to look at really in this one because I don't think we need it. So you see how this is starting to build up. It's looking good. And our demand for residential has gone right down low, which is fine. Yes, and it's telling me about keys, which we're fine for. What else shall we look at? Let's have a look at this road here, because I'm not liking how this road goes from a small road straight into a big one, with a bit of a bottleneck in between. So let's improve on that, and we can do that here. Just upgrade that, and that. It's just deleted our power lines, which is something that we'll just have to resolve. That's done. So that should look fine now. And because we've got more traffic coming in at the moment than we have coming out, that is why I've put this in place. Eventually these will just be motorways and they'll be elevated, so and we're quite a bit away still from elevated motorways. We've still got another 3,000 or so to go, and we need to make sure there's more industry in place, so let's just build up this way as well. Again, most of this is probably going to be temporary. I like to keep a slight buffer zone. I mean, that's not too bad a buffer zone anyway, but I'd rather this be a bit further down, which it will be once we build on this land. So hopefully that should be enough for that. And I better put... that should be fine. Let's do some more, just to make sure. There we go. Struggling there to get that, and okay, so we're nearly towards the end of this stretch of road. We'll put some more industry there as well. As long as we've allocated a space for the industry, it will just build itself. So I'm not too concerned that we've got small elements of that industry which is not being built on. That's fine. The next neighbourhood I think that I will do is a little bit here. And what we'll do is just a small kind of... let's do it that way or do it that way. Let's do it that way. And all it is going to be is... it's not going to be a proper neighbourhood as such. It's just going to be... that... we've got our power still fine. With some commercial. So it's a bit of commercial space where we can go to. And see what we've got there. So we'll keep a buffer zone there. Buffer zone there. And we'll make sure the water's in place. We've got power. And hopefully, because there's medium demand, we should see, yep, it's already starting to build on it now. And while our residential's rising, with medium demand, we're seeing that that's starting to take place here, and take shape. So, at the moment, we are looking quite full still, actually. Have we got a parking place? We haven't got a parking place here either. So let's use that one. What's that one? Dog park. Let's use a large playground. Which is a bit too large for that area, I think. What's that one? Japanese garden. The dog park does cover more, but it costs a little bit more. But it's worth it, I think. So let's put that there. Covers all of there. And in terms of that, it's looking good. That hasn't got any power. Again, this is down to the consumption that we've got. This is going to require a new power station, which at the moment I cannot afford. So what we'll do in the meantime, we've got quite a big surplus, so we'll bring that up to 125%. So that means that they'll hire more people to work in that power station and produce more power. And we should see that benefit there. So produce 48, consume 41. That should resolve their issues, which it has. Good. We do need to add more capacity to our power though. That's quite important. So it started to take shape. We'll add a district to that actually as well. We need to add that to our district and take that bit out. So to delete it, we need to go to that bit. Just shape that bit out. That bit's fine. And we can add a new one. And we'll see what this one's going to be called soon. So that's going to be Barlow Heights. And a little shopping district. Just here. Is Rosewood Hills. Not a bad name for a little shopping district. And we're seeing power issues again. Once again, we need to... let's just put it all the way up to the top. We're seeing nearly 4,000 surplus actually, so we're doing fine. So our energy production is now at 50, our consumption's at 52. We are going to need a new power station. We've completely run out. So let's have a look. Can we look at a temporary loan? I mean, we're not far away, to be honest with you, from a getting a new one, but it means that we have nothing afterwards. So let's take the loan. That's 60,000 universal credits, and we'll just use that to build a new one. We'll add that one there. So that will give us an extra 15 megawatts of power, which is more than enough. It takes us right back into the green. Water we're completely fine for, and what we're seeing is very high demand now for residential. So what I'm going to do is leave that here for the time being and we'll continue on with this in the next episode. So thanks so much for joining us once again. If you like the video, please leave a like, comment on it if you let me know what you think of the video, and if you really enjoy my videos and if you've seen some of my other ones, then please feel free to subscribe. I'm Right Honourable Gent, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!